dude. First of all, congrats on, the exclusive. And second of all, what are those other fucking pictures? Welcome everyone to the Zach Like Jack channel. I'm Zach Ray, and we are here with some stuff, some shit. All right. If you are living under a rock, then you probably haven't heard of or seen the various leaked photos that pretty much potentially spoil some big reveals from the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home. All right. I'm just going to put that out there now. If you are someone who does not want to have anything spoiled for you, first of all, why'd you click on this video? Second of all, I'm going to ad nauseum in this video have nothing but spoilers from here on out. Okay? Well, potential spoilers. I'm not saying it as fact because obviously we don't know. The movie's literally a month away. But as of right now, there's an entire situation. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is all revolving around an incredibly talented YouTuber who's been around for a while. I literally have been following John Campea since he was doing his show for AMC, when he had AMC Movie Talk. Like, that's how far back my nerdiness goes when it comes to John Campea and people like Christian Harloff and Mark Ellis and John Schnepp, R.I.P. sir, the king of nerds, the sweaties, all out there that eat, sleep, and breathe all of this crazy nerdy shit. But there was a whole thing going on. Now, me personally, I love to fight against having things potentially spoiled for me. I do it for certain things. There are certain movies that I really don't really care about, but Spider-Man No Way Home, I would love to be that person that doesn't have anything spoiled for me. But since it's like a huge comic book movie with such a notable character, it's kind of hard to browse YouTube in the way that I do and not come across stuff like this. But what I had done is when I heard all this craziness about these images being leaked that were serious potential spoilers to huge surprises coming in this movie, I avoided looking up the pictures because I was like, fuck, like if it truly is some real spoiler shit, like I really don't want to have it ruined for me now, especially if it's something that's from like a trailer that's going to be coming out soon, because everybody's talking about that we're potentially going to have a new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer coming out this Friday. I don't know if that's true, obviously. If it does, great, awesome, totally going to react to it. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that too, because I mean, we're literally a month away from the movie, so it's like I can wait. I'm fine. I'm very patient. I've waited this long. Okay. So when I saw initially all of that going down, I was like, all right, I'm not going to look at the pictures. And then today I came across a video. It was Jabby Coy, actually. Get Jabby Coy and Achara Kirk did a video where they were discussing they were basically there. It was like, it's not a reaction, but they were going over an article that basically was talking about the images, and that John Campea was the one that supposedly leaked these pictures, right? And I was like, holy shit. And then, they were put up and then they were taken down, and it's like all this madness, right? So I was like, holy shit. So then I started doing my research because I watch John Campea every day. My outside of YouTube job is, like I'm on the road a lot. Let's just say that. I'm not really going to dox myself, but my job requires an increased amount of traveling on the road behind the wheel. So that's my time to really absorb a lot of podcasts. I play, the random shows that I watch on YouTube, have it playing in the background while I'm, traveling about doing the thing. And the John Campea Show is a show that I follow every day. And it just so happens that the one episode that I hadn't fucking got to yet was the one from yesterday. So yesterday's John Campea show was titled Lucasfilm Postpones Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Okay. And in the video that I was watching that Jabby Koei did, I'll link it down below as, the video where I first, started seeing all of this. And then I'll also obviously link this video in its entirety because you should totally be watching the John Campea show. If there's anything I could do to bring more traffic to the John Campea show, I mean, John Campea deserves it. I'm telling you, he's literally a fucking master of his craft. Anyway, so in what I was seeing, Jabby and Achara Kirk talk about, I was just kind of like, well, because it was kind of like a playful video. They were kind of like mocking the whole situation and like laughing about it. Jabby was being like super cynical and whatever. And I didn't like how they weren't giving full context to John's statement. They were just reading print. And you know what happens when you just read print, there's no inflection, you don't know emotion, whatever. So, Jabby was kind of like making like a mockery of it. So I went back and I was like, all right, I've watched the show up until this part. So I've been watching this episode and I saw that, okay, this is the part that he's going to talk about it. So in all fairness to John Campea, I was just like, you know what? I want to sit and I want to genuinely experience and react to the moment that he is physically discussing this entire situation. I don't want to go off of some, fucking random article from, whatever the fuck.com. I don't know. I was trying to be clever and think of something funny, but my mind's kind of scattered right now. So it's like, whatever. So whatever the fuck.com. Okay. Whatever the fuck movie.com. Instead of doing that, I want to hear the words come out of the mouth of the Kang. All right. So here we go. Again. Oh, I just got like a random spam message. It says, you have won a gift card of $1,000. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, send it to my Cash App. Anyway, okay, so we're here at the 29-minute and 43-second point in yesterday's John Campea show where he starts to discuss the situation. So I figured that it just made sense to hear it from him in its entirety and go from there. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, Badushki.
With that down, let's do another little kind of a weird sort of off the top that's not listed as one of our main topics, shall we? Let's talk about this. I don't know if some of you knew this or not.
I knew that it was happening. Didn't know that John Campea's name was on it. We'll just say that.
But last night, apparently some images that present themselves as being from Spider-Man No Way Home.
Apparently some images
made their way online. Who knows where they came from, but made their way online. And yes, truth is, I'm the one who initially posted them. I only posted them for like 5 minutes and then I deleted them. I'll talk about that in a second. But they did make their way online. Now,
and you know how we all knew, or well, not we, I don't want to include myself, but everybody knew that it was John Campea that ruined it. No, not because just that, they saw it on his actual Twitter feed, but the fact that he put the watermark for his show on the images, again, because, he's going to say this, I'm sure, but, he obviously thought that the images were fake, because if he really thought that they were real, why is he going to dox himself in that way and potentially risk his livelihood? And the reason why he's able to do all that remodeling that he's done on his home and his pool and all that good stuff. Like, yeah, you're not going to jeopardize any of that because, hello, you want more coin to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Before we talk about what actually happened, I want to talk about a couple of conspiracy theories that I've been seeing a lot of people writing. Okay. So let me address a couple of conspiracy theories here before we get into it. Okay. So here are the Spidey conspiracy theories. First theory, I see a bunch of people doing it. John made the images himself and posted them.
Listen, if there's ever a conspiracy that I'm going to believe, it's not going to be that, yeah, John made the pictures himself. Like, that's like some fucking Marvel style freaking Photoshop. Well, I say that as a joke, obviously, because I mean, like a freaking 13-year-old can probably put that together with the amount of technology they absorb on a daily basis.
To fool people. All right. I've seen a bunch of people saying that I'm the one who made these Photoshops of Spider-Man No Way Home and blah, blah, blah. And I can definitively tell you, I've got some Photoshop skills, but they're not that good. And
Same.
no, I did not make the images myself.
Same.
Okay, so I've had a number of people saying, oh, John made the images, and I didn't make the images. Just so you know, I did not make the images. So that's conspiracy theory number one.
I believe
conspiracy
you, John.
theory number two. Someone else put John's watermark on the images.
That I don't believe, because it's like, come on. John was putting those images out because he's like, yeah, these are probably some pretty good, awesome fucking, Photoshop deepfakes or something. And of course he knew that, there are a lot of people that do, regardless of what your opinion is, of John, if you have a negative opinion of him, he knew that there were going to be some people that were going to pay attention to what it is that he was posting, because people do pay attention to his channel and actually, pay attention to a lot of what his opinion is and what he talks about on the show. He needed some, some clicks. The fuck? If it was me and I had those pictures, I would have put my watermark on there too. Of course, being someone who didn't actually believe that they were real, of course, it's all speculative. We don't know shit unless someone from Marvel says something, someone from Sony says something, or three, we watched the fucking movie, So I truly believe that he was just like, dude, I already know that a lot of, trades are going to pick up on this shit, whether they're fake or not. So I'm going to put my watermark on there. So they're not like stealing my fucking exclusive. You know what I mean? Which is fair. I mean, hello, this is, the movie news commentary game. I'm more of like a discussion commentary person, like in my own space, but he's on a whole different level. He's on a whole different level where people actually print what he says in articles, clearly based on this situation.
To frame him. I've seen some people. I mean,
I should have let it finish. To frame him. I mean, okay, that's another frame of thought. Like, yeah, somebody did it on purpose to make it seem like, you're the asshole. When we all are in the theater, December 17th, we will rue the day that you were the one that spoiled Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, so that's another frame of thought. I also don't believe it.
Trying to be defensive of me, which thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I've seen a bunch of people suggesting online that, oh, well, obviously somebody else put John's watermark on those images.
Obviously. But John, for all the you John Campea fans out there that remember, but John,
I am the one who put the watermark on the images. Just so you know, I am, in fact, the one who put the watermark on the images. And we'll talk about why in a second.
Why wouldn't he?
But that was me. That wasn't anybody else. That was me. Okay, so put that conspiracy theory away. Conspiracy theory number 3, and I am shocked how many people are saying this. John is in, and I've seen this word used a lot. I don't even know how to spell it. Cahoots. Two O's? John is in cahoots with Sony and or Disney, and this is all a PR stunt.
Listen, at the end of the day, any sort of coverage that is put on this obviously is only going to amplify the amount of people that are going to be excited and see this movie, and it's going to boost ticket sales and all that stuff. Because I guarantee you, if you're a fucking fan of Sony and Marvel and of Spider-Man, the Tom Holland era of Spider-Man, or Spider-Man in general, you were going to see this movie regardless. Okay. I don't think that this leak, or potential leak, is going to be like the deciding factor, the definitive factor of I'm going to take a stand. I am not now going to see Spider-Man No Way Home, because remember, we're ruining the day that John Campea came out that one time and he put out those pictures and he took them down 5 minutes later and he ruined the big surprise, even though we all fucking, come on. Was it really ruined? Anyway, as I was See, I have a tendency to go on tangents. I apologize in advance. I may go on another one. But as I was saying, I think it's completely ridiculous to think that Sony and or Disney / Marvel would do something like this when at the end of the day, what they want is for you to see this entire movie or images from the movie, posters from the movie, any form of marketing. They want you to see it at the highest and best quality possible. Okay. So, in a world where they do benefit from the leak, in a sense, however, it still hurts them in the way that we are seeing something that's unfinished. We are seeing something that's not the way that they wanted it to be viewed. Okay. So, yes, it's good publicity for them, but I would never believe that you've got fucking Sony CEOs, Disney CEOs, Marvel fucking CEOs just all standing there like, we're gonna get this. We're gonna send this to John Campea because he's got that, little movie show where he talks about things and stuff and he's got opinions and whatnot and so forth. We're gonna give him the exclusive, have him leak it, and then reprimand him. Not really reprimand him, but give him a stern talking to. It's crazy. If you believe that, you're crazy. Marvel don't need to do that. The tickets were already sold. I was going. Were you already going? I was already going. I'm going to go at midnight on Thursday now, if anything. Well, I guess in the way, if it was a PR stunt, then it would have worked because I'm going to go a day earlier now.
I've seen a lot of people writing this, that John didn't leak anything. This is all a big work. This is all a setup. This is a big PR stunt. John and Sony are actually working together. John and Disney are actually working together. And they planned this to get a big swell of promo going out there. It's all a PR stunt.
We don't need this scenario to be a big swell of promo. Just release the second trailer. That's enough. They just shocked the shit out of everybody with the new poster that finally fucking confirms officially that Green Goblin is in this movie. We've got some swirling sand in there. So we're like, oh shit, Sandman confirmed. We've got some lightning, Electro confirmed, even though we already knew that. We've got the Doc Ock tentacles, Doc Ock confirmed, even though we already knew from the first trailer. And Alfred Molina himself talking about it months ago. Okay. So, I mean, this, while they benefit, I don't feel, period, that this was their intention 100%. But now they have no choice but to ride the train. And now, if they weren't already planning to have this reveal, I'm going to let John say it. I'm not going to, fucking say it right off the bat. But if they weren't already going to include this reveal in the next poster or trailer or whatever before the movie comes out next month, they might now, And if anything, if they were already planning on putting this in their next rollout of marketing, well, if anything, this, it put a damper on the officialness of it. You know what I mean?
While I wish that were true, it is not. This was not a PR stunt. Sony had nothing to do with this.
And I also just want to say, and if it was a PR stunt, do you really think John Campea is going to say, yes, it was? He would never, because that means that he would have, gotten paid or something, whatever. Y'all foolish.
Disney had absolutely nothing to do with this. So no, it was not a PR stunt. To recap the 3 conspiracy theories I've been seeing a bunch of. Number 1, no, John did not make the images himself and posted them. No, someone else did not put John's watermark on the images to frame him. And no, John is not in cahoots with Sony and or Disney, and this is all some kind of PR stunt. No, none of that is true. None of that is true. So I talked about this last night, but let me go over it again here. So where did the images come from? How did they get posted? And believe me, a studio rep has talked to me and asked me to reveal who sent them to me and why.
here we go. This is where it's going to get juicy. He was contacted by a studio rep and he's like, all right, see, this is where shit's going to get interesting. Okay. This is where it's going to get, you know, into the territory of like, well, at this point, it's kind of confirmed, right? Because if it wasn't the case, there would literally be no point to have conversation with him. Be like, all right, who gave you this shit? There would be no point. It's getting juicy.
I am not happy. While I am not happy about what has transpired, I am not giving up the person that sent it to me. I may not be happy about it, but I'm not going to give up the source. It's just,
good on you,
I
John.
can't.
Good on you, because I guarantee you, if it was anybody else that, you know, didn't give a shit or didn't have, you know, any form of decorum about what it is that they do on the internet in the information space, they probably would have just given him up and be like, oh, put the hands up, like, it wasn't me, it was, you know, fucking Christian Harloff or something. You know what I mean? It's like they would have given up the person, you know, probably would have given up the person if it was any other Joe Schmo. But I'm definitely from the thought process that John Campea has. It's like, why would you want to burn that bridge? If it is somebody that legit, you just essentially found out that gave you that exclusive, like, why would you want to burn that fucking bridge? If anything, that person's going to respect you more because you didn't give them up. So they're going to be like, okay, they're going to feel comfortable to, like, you know, if something else comes up in the future, you know, they'll want to give you that information. You know what I mean? John knows what he's doing. He's a very intelligent man. And anybody out there that says otherwise, it's like, you just don't respect the business. You know what I mean? The business side of it. It's just, come on, protect your coin. If it was you on that YouTube channel, you better be protecting that coin and not be giving these motherfucking people up. So that way it's going to dry up all of, you know, your earnings, your AdSense and things, because YouTube channels rise and fall fucking daily. Okay. I've literally been somebody who's been on and off YouTube for like the past 13 years or something. You know, I've had successful YouTube channels you know, that have fallen off and have died, and then I've started new ones and things like that. So I am somebody who would also take this situation very seriously. If somebody gave me some type of, you know, imagery and some type of exclusive information like that, you better believe I'm not giving them up. I'm not giving them up, and I'm going to do the same thing and be like, I literally thought these were fake. Like, that's why I posted it. Duh. Because that's what you do. That it's, you know, and I honestly think that, you know, John is naturally, if you watch John Campea, you know, he's naturally a skeptical person. Like, he does not buy into, you know, these out of left field ass notions of what's real and what's not, unless it's something that he's seeing right in front of his face. Unless he's watching the movie and seeing it happen, he's not going to believe that it's a thing unless there are certain aspects, because obviously he knows a lot about the business behind the scenes. He understands like certain terminologies and things like that. So I very much trust John Campea in what he says, in his judgment. I think that he comes from a very honest place. I don't think that he did this in malice at all, because it would be completely foolish of him to do so. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
They may have done something. Somebody else doing something unethical, I don't think justifies me doing something unethical. And I think it's unethical to give up a source who trusts you in
right
anonymity.
Right.
Even though it turned out to be something that I did not expect it to be at all. But anyway, so here's what happened.
Got the shock of a lifetime.
I get a bunch of pictures sent to me, right? I get a bunch of stuff sent to me all the time. All the time. So last night, as I'm wrapping up working on something and I'm getting ready to rush off and go have dinner, last night I get an email from somebody, again, sending me pictures. It says, oh, this is from Spider-Man No Way Home. And they're never real. And I've posted a bunch of these things online, right? Like, you guys will remember, who follow me on Twitter, that in August, I posted this one. Clearly Photoshop, right? Clearly Photoshop.
Yeah, you could totally tell that's Photoshop. Like, Tom Holland is like so Photoshopped in that image. It's like, so it's much more obvious to me on Tom Holland than it is any of them. But I mean, yeah, it looks fake.
But I post,
and then I just noticed you have, You have Charlie Cox in the back. I didn't even notice that. This image is like so convenient because it's just like all of the spoilers are in this one image. You've got Daredevil, you've got 3 Spider-Man, and you've got the Daily Bugle. So it's like spoilerific, okay? Yeah, and it's like, and the other thing too that tips me off to it is that it's like super high quality. So if it's like so fucking high quality, why is it not coming out from Marvel or Sony? You know what I mean? That's also another tip off for me.
This one. And this one got like 12,000 retweets. 12,000 retweets of this, even though it was clearly a Photoshop thing. So somebody sends me these images and I look at them. Now, I'm not going to show the pictures here. All right.
Smart.
I'm not going to show the pictures here.
Smart.
But somebody sends it to me and I look at the picture with 3 Spider-Men in it. And I say, well, this is clearly Photoshop. Because the big mistake a lot of people make when they do Photoshop stuff, everybody can cut and paste. But one of the things people who aren't really, really good at Photoshop often make a mistake of doing is getting the lighting right. And in this one picture, you see Toby and you see Andrew and Tom, where the light source is clearly hitting the left side of their face. But then you see Toby and the light source is hitting the right side of his face. And I can't believe I'm about to say this. I never thought I would say this in my entire online career.
Say it, John, say it.
But look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick. I never thought I would say that ever in my life, but here we are. If you go and look at the picture, look closely at Tobey Maguire.
Oh my God. I never thought I'd want you to say it, John. Oh my God. Okay.
There's balls. The light is clearly coming from the opposite side that the light is hitting Tom and Andrew. So I look at this, I'm like, okay, this is fake, but it looks amazing. It's fake, but it looks amazing. Just like this one did. It's fake, but it looks amazing. So I decide, you know what I'm going to do? Since the person who sent it to me said, don't mention it was me. Don't give my identity away. I'm like, all right. So I pop it up on my Twitter and I put my watermark on it because if, like this one, it gets like 12,000 retweets, I want to get credit for the one sharing it, right? So
fair. That's completely fair. 100%. I mean, I would literally do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, where it goes back to when I was watching, Jabby Cohen or Chart Kirk talk about it, Jabby was like, really like ribbing him. And he was just like, everybody wants a click, and he was saying it like it was like a pejorative or something. It's like, yeah, dude, of course everybody wants to click. But why in a realistic environment would we think that he's doing this out of malice and totally ruining any fucking chance he has of getting any sort of perks from being affiliated, or I don't want to say from being affiliated because he's obviously not affiliated, but like ruining any form of chance of ever being affiliated with the likes of a Sony or a Disney. Come on.
I watermark on it and I put it up. And then I let a few minutes pass and I put another one of them up. By the way, there were more pictures. There were more than the 2 I put up.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just the 2 pictures I saw. But John, you have more? I'm gonna need your email. John. I'm gonna need your email. I'm gonna need you to BCC me on that email that you're shooting over to Christian Harloff, because I know Christian Harloff's contacting you. Like, who's in the picture? Come on. Who's in the picture? I ain't gonna tell anybody. Who's in the picture? Christian's blowing up that phone. He shot him a text message as soon as this freaking episode went live. And he's like, so who were in the other pictures? Come on. And, because, John obviously, crusts Christian. Trusts Christian. Damn well he shared the information with him. Damn well if it was me and it was my close friend and we were in the same space and we understood the solidarity of sharing information, I'd do it too.
There are indeed, I want to say 4. And I was going to post the other pictures as well. I was going to wait another 5 minutes.
Oh, I wish he had. Oh, and this is coming from a person who doesn't like spoilers, but when I saw those two pictures, boy, I was like, oh, Illuminati confirmed. Even though I already knew, you know what I mean? I already, like, it again, didn't know for certain, but come on. You've got all these villains from these different universes coming from this, coming into this movie. We've got the multiverse madness coming. This is like the beginning and all that good stuff. Come on. You can't tell me there isn't a Spider-Verse of brewing right now. You can't tell me. You can't.
And post the other picture. And then I was going to wait another 5 minutes and post the other picture. But anyway, so I post it, and like 5 minutes later, I get this call from somebody, I won't say who, saying that, yeah, these pictures probably real. I'm like, are you sure? And like, look, I don't know 100% for sure, but I feel pretty comfortable saying that these are most likely real. And I'm like, well, shit. So I immediately jump back on Twitter. Again, only about 5 minutes had passed, and I delete them immediately.
That's all it takes. You already know, Kevin Feige, all the execs, everybody, they were all on a Zoom call. And they were like, you already know. Them tentacles, them feelers, they were already up, John. They were up by minute 2. Okay? They were up by minute 2.
I obviously didn't share the other two pictures. And the other two pictures were the more juicy ones.
Stop it. Don't tell me that. Sir, Lord, King, Midas, John Campea. Don't tell me shit like that and then you can't show me nothing. I'm a very patient man, John. I'm a very patient man, but boy, are you testing my nerdy little limits right now? Oh, that's juicy. Oh my God. It had to have probably been like Willem Dafoe, because I don't think he would really, I don't think it's juicy enough to have like Jamie Foxx in a picture. You know what I mean? To me, that's not juicy enough. In the realm of a Spider-Man, No Way Home aesthetic. But if you're showing me like a Willem Dafoe confirmed, or a Thomas Hayden Church confirmed returning as Sandman, that's juicy. It ain't juicy to me at this point that Alfred Molina's back, because we've already seen him. I just want to see the movie at this point. So seeing another picture of him is like, okay. Seeing a picture, of Jamie Foxx to me is just like, okay. But seeing a picture of fucking Willem Dafoe back as Green Goblin, or Thomas Hayden Church back as Sandman, or Tom Hardy maybe, potentially, possibly there as Venom, not as juicy, but juicy because it's like, holy shit, he's in a fucking Spider-Man movie, finally. Or I'll even take this. A Mary Jane Watson played by Kirsten Dunst. To me, that's juicy. Now, do I think she's going to be in this? Absolutely not. But juicy.
All I'm going to tell you is that the other two pictures were the more juicy ones. But now that I know.
What could be more juicy than showing 3 Spider-Men live action in one fucking frame? Damn it. What could be more juicy than that, other than revealing a villain that we haven't seen already, which is all the other ones, because we've already seen Alfred Molina. And, maybe Vulture will be in the movie. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Damn it.
There's a strong possibility that they're real. I am definitely not going to be posting those. So I immediately delete it.
John, my email is in the description below. I promise I won't tell anybody.
When I
you could even give me a description. I don't even need to see them. Just tell me.
It. Almost nobody had seen it, right? They had like 100 likes on it. Now I'll get like 1,000, 2,000 likes on a tweet. There was like 100 likes on it. Almost nobody had seen it. So I delete it and I forget about it.
That's what he thought.
So I rush out of my office, go grab dinner, watch some football. And then before I know it, I turn on my computer and the whole thing had gone completely viral. Completely viral.
Shit happens so fast.
Now, something you should know about me. I hate leaks. I mean, I don't mind spoilers myself for me, but I know there are a lot of people who are very sensitive to spoilers, and I hate spreading spoilers. As a matter of fact, I put on Twitter just a couple of weeks ago, I said, look, when everybody was spoiling out the ending of Eternals, I got on Twitter and said, I think if you get invited to an advanced screening of something, you should sign a non-disclosure agreement with a minimum $1 million fine, that if you sign that non-disclosure agreement, you should get fined $1 million if you then come out of that movie having signed a non-disclosure and then tell everybody what's in the movie. Like, I hate spoilers.
I agree.
Hate them. Even though they don't affect me too much, I hate people spreading spoilers to ruin the enjoyment for other people. I hate that. I would never intentionally do that. And I'll tell you what else. I was talking to one of the studio reps today.
No.
I'll say a studio that has the letter S in it. And
Sony.
They were basically said to me like, I assume you thought these things were fake because you put your watermark on it. I don't expect that you would try to steal the Mona Lisa and then leave your business card behind for the cops to follow you. I'm like, yes, if I had thought that.
Illuminati confirmed. Illuminati confirmed. Illuminati confirmed! Fucking Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm sorry. I'm saying it, damn it. Illuminati mother flipping confirmed, okay? Because why on earth would he get a phone call from somebody from Sony and literally have that conversation? If it was fake, they would have had no reason. They would have just been like, oh, well, I mean, at least it, draws attention. No, they're going to be like, so who do you know? Who showed you this? Because I'm going to assume that you thought this shit was fake, because then why would you dox yourself? And you want to know why I ask you that? Because it's real. It's real, kids. We're going to have Tree Spider-Man. Tree in this movie. Tree. Mother flipping Spider-Mans. Thank you, John Campea, for making me feel at ease, because I literally, like, I know a lot of people are shitting on Tom Holland too, because Tom Holland, like, just recently came out. He was like, at some point, like, I'm telling you, they're not in this movie, and at some point, you all have to believe me. So he's like doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, because we all know that Tom Holland is like the king of like fucking spoiling any, like, don't tell him the gender of your baby, because he's gonna fucking spoil it to your entire family. Okay, Tom Holland he's a loose lips, sink ships type of mother F. Okay, so he must have like gotten hit like, hey, if you want any sort of future with the Sony universe and going into dealing with Venom, you want to have that payday where you can be that one Spider-Man that was on screen together with another, a better Venom, and you want to bring that coolness onto screen, you want to get paid for it, you better shut your mouth. You better keep your fucking mouth shut. So he's keeping his mouth shut. He's like, no. And everybody's coming out. They're like, he's such a liar. When the movie comes out and it shows that they're in there, we're going to call out Tom Holland for being a liar. And it's just like, dude, Tom Holland's trying to make sure that he keeps getting paid. Our opinions here on this little device is meaningless to Tom Holland when it comes to us accusing him or not. I'm not included in that because I don't give a fuck. If it was me, I'd be denying it up the ass also. Be like, absolutely not. They're not in this fucking movie, but I want you to come see it though. Ching, have like a little wink in the eye and stuff. Come on. It's real. It's happening. I'm excited. We only have a month. Okay, let me stop.
For real. And I was going to share them online. I would absolutely not put my watermark on it so everybody knew the leak came from me. And because, look, here's the thing.
It's stupid.
The one thing I need to protect more than anything else besides my relationship with my viewers,
The John Campea
besides
show.
that, is my relationship with the studios. Now, look.
Right, absolutely.
Giving negative reviews and bashing on movies is fair game. Everybody knows that. The studios understand that. Me even criticizing Bob Chapek as the CEO of Disney, that's fair game. He's the CEO of Disney. If he does stupid things, I'm going to criticize him. And I have.
It's fair.
Some people accuse me of being too harsh on him. But that's fair game. What is not fair game is leaks like this. That's not fair game.
I feel he's genuine. I 100% feel that he's genuine in everything that he's saying. It would be so stupid. Again, it would be so stupid of him to do this, you know, with malicious intent, because it would literally derail his relationships with everybody back here, you know, all the people that he gets all the information from and things. It would ruin all of that. Okay. He could still have a show with an audience, you know, the audience will always be there for John, as long as, you know, he continues to bring, you know, obviously the best, you know, form of his show that he can, which he does and has, and in multiple iterations. AMC Movie Talk, he, you know, fucking championed Collider, and Collider Movie Talk is the reason why, you know, I fell in love with all these people, you know, Christian Harloff again, Mark Ellis, I mean, oh my God, wow. I watch all these people all the time, and now my mind's blanking. But you understand, you know, he literally is somebody who has championed a lot of people's careers that they are now having on the internet. So it would be foolish for him to do this intentionally, even if he was like lying about it now, you know, and he did do it, you know, it was like, it would still hurt him. Because behind the scenes, it would be known that, yeah, he did it maliciously, you know, like it would, you know, you can't, listen, you can only lie for so long before you have to finally tell the truth. You know, it's, what is it that they say on Judge Judy all the time? If you tell the truth the first time, then you don't have to have a good memory. You know, because it's like, you don't, if you don't tell a lie, then you don't have to have a good memory. You don't have to continue to perpetuate this narrative that you bullshitted about all the way back here. Because then we get all the way up here and you slip up, then it's going to be like, oh, so you lied, huh? I believe 100% that he's genuine in what he's saying. 100%.
Damage your relationship with studios. And I would never do anything. You guys know I have a very good relationship with studios. I would never do anything to risk my relationship with the studios, especially not for some cheap Twitter post.
You know what? That's the other thing. I'm glad he said it, because now it's like, yeah, no, it's true. Dude, like he literally he would have leaked it on his fucking show while all the people were watching. And then it could have literally went viral as his show was happening. Then in turn, bringing all the eyes to watch his show. Why would he do it on Twitter? He's not streaming. Why wouldn't you do it on a stream? Why wouldn't you do it on the John Campea show or a companion video, you know, something, or stream a totally independent video about him talking about it? Why wouldn't he have done it in that vein instead of putting it on Twitter if he, you know, didn't think it was real? I probably worded that wrong. I literally have like word scramble in my mind, but you understand what I'm saying. If he thought that it was fucking real, he would have never fucking put it out, because obviously it's a fucking spoiler and it's not, you know, officially confirmed yet, even though this is pretty much like a pseudo confirmation. Maybe he had another conversation after this. I don't know. He didn't bring it up on today's show, I'll tell you that. So I just think that if he wanted to get a real exclusive, he could have just made a video. But he just put it out on Twitter, because that's literally what, you know, people do. You just throw shit on Twitter. He's not streaming his fucking show on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, Twitter's just, you know, it's just another social media account. This is where he does his work, by filming these shows on a daily basis. Okay. He streams like almost 7 days a week. Why would he blow an exclusive on a Twitter post? It just wouldn't happen. It literally wouldn't happen. you know? And if he wanted to just do it on a post and not in a video, why he would have used his fucking community tab on YouTube. I mean, come on, let's just use common sense here.
Especially not for some cheap Twitter post. I get 4 million views a month of my videos. I don't need...
Say it, John. Preach. Tell these children. I get 4 million views a month. You better tell them, John. You better tell those children to sit down. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Cheap little Twitter post.
Amen.
So I would definitely not do anything intentional like that. And I certainly wouldn't try to intentionally try to spoil something for fellow fans and all that kind of stuff. Now, I get why other people screen capped the post, even though I deleted it. I understand why other people screen capped it and started sharing it around everywhere. I get it. I don't point fingers or blame anybody else for that. And the reality is, if these pictures end up being real, and I don't know that they are, to be honest, but if these pictures do end up being real, and let's say Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the movie, and they don't show Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in a trailer soon, I'm going to feel terrible about this. I mean, absolutely.
I get it. I mean, I would too.
I wish that any one of these three things were true. I wish any one of these three things were true, that I just made the images myself, that somebody else just slapped a watermark on it, or that I was actually in cahoots with Sony and Disney. It's not true. I got sent these pictures. I thought they were fake. I slapped my watermark on it because I wanted credit for sharing them, put them up. As soon as I heard that they could be real, I deleted them immediately, and I didn't even share all the pictures. Should I give you a little tease?
I wasn't, John, you poking the bear now, John, he's poking the bear, but I'm curious at this point. I'm already invested. All right. If anything, you've already spoiled shit to me with them 2 pictures. Okay. Of the 3 Spider-Man. And also what I didn't mention, fucking Charlie Cox is apparently in fucking Spider-Man No Way Home as Tom Holland or Peter Parker's legal representation, allegedly, supposedly, potentially. Whoo, boy.
To what was one of the other pictures that you'd never be able to deduce what the actual image is. I'll give you a little tease. I'm going to give you a tease, only because you'll never actually guess or deduce what the actual picture is.
Damn it.
But it involves somebody in a mocap suit.
Green Goblin.
You can take a million guesses. You're never going to guess it. So it doesn't matter that I...
Damn it. Okay, let's try. Okay, so Green Goblin. Is it fucking James Franco? He's a little problematic right now, so they probably wouldn't want to bring him in. Thomas Hayden Church. It's fucking Sandman. We've already talked about that. Again, it's not juicy for it to be Jamie Foxx as Electro. We already know that's happening. Doc Connor's Lizard? Who knows? I don't know. I'm done guessing.
Yeah, you're never going to guess it. So, and others. And then on top of that, I got another email last night after the pictures got out because somebody thought, well, I'm the guy to send these pictures to now. And I'm like, 24 hours ago, I never would have considered that they could even possibly be real. But I'm like, I'm not even going to look at these things now. I'm not even going to look at them. And I didn't. I didn't even open them. I did not open the attachments. I didn't even look at them because of all this. Not even one little peek did I take.
Shit, forward them to me. I'll fucking tell you. Oh, sorry. I turned the closed captioning on.
These things. And you know what's funny? Here's what's funny. There are scoopers and leakers who have probably tried for a year and a half. If those pictures are real, there are scoopers and leakers and all that kind of stuff who've probably killed themselves, would probably walk over their own dead mother to have gotten those images that ass backwards out of nowhere got sent to me. I still have no idea why they got sent to me.
Because you're John fucking Campea. I'll say it, even though you won't. It's the best damn movie related show on the internet, by your own words.
Probably would have walked over their own dead mother to get those pictures and to post them. And for some unfair thing in the universe, those people who actually wanted them, instead they came to me. But today I kind of wish they went to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. They came to me, and I thought it was fake, and I posted it just like I've posted other fake stuff. But only it turns out maybe this time it's real.
Fucking A. That's such a huge pill to swallow. Like, I really do sympathize with him 100%. I know there's like a few people that are on the internet that are like kind of trashing him for this and kind of saying that he's like being disingenuous and yada, yada, whatever. Like, I don't know John, so I don't know if he's being genuine. It's like, I don't know John either. But as somebody who is also trying to, converse with the internet for a living, okay, me putting myself in his shoes, I would also be like, fuck, like if I shared something that ends up being real, and right now I don't believe it's real because I'm naturally a skeptical person, but now I'm having these people saying like, yeah, so that you shared, probably real, and then you have the studio behind the movie coming out calling you the next day saying like, well, I'm assuming that you shared this because you assumed they were fake, right? Because, if it was the Mona Lisa, if you knew it was the real Mona Lisa or whatever, you wouldn't have watermarked yourself. You wouldn't have doxed yourself if you thought it was real, right? So it's like, at this point, it's just like, I mean, again, Illuminati confirmed, and I think that John, obviously, there's a lot that he's not saying, but he doesn't have to say anymore, like he's obviously has said enough, like, hey, I thought this was fake. Somebody sent it to me, as they all, people send me stuff all the time and I put it out. I share shit all the time, because again, I didn't think it was fucking real, because if I thought it was real, I wouldn't have shared it, because then I literally, would ruin my whole fucking livelihood when it comes to these, these studios and these executives and stuff that I'm on a good relationship with. I would ruin me ever getting a perk again, just by throwing out some over the shoulder offhand Twitter post. If it was me, I would feel the same way. I wouldn't want to dox the person who sent the information to me. And I would also be super apologetic, be like, look, man, if this is really fucking real, I am so fucking sorry. Didn't know. I'm, a movie news commentary show, and I just talk about the shit that I see on the internet. And sometimes I share some shit, so it's, I sympathize with him. So, maybe there are people that, you're watching me right now and you're of also the skeptical mind, of thinking that maybe he's being disingenuous. It just, I believe he's being genuine. I believe he's being genuine because John Campea, again, if you watch him, like, he's a very professional, movie news show host. I mean, he's doing all of this himself. Okay. He doesn't have like a huge team behind him. It's not like what it was like when he was back at Collider, having this huge team, run this operation behind him. Like, this is his bread and butter. Okay. So, I do not believe that he would do anything to jeopardize that, for a quick click. I just don't think that it's worth it. And I think that John is an intelligent enough man to also feel the same, that it wouldn't be worth it. If I knew for a fact that this is real, like, why would I dismantle everything that I've worked hard to build over a cheap few clicks? It wouldn't be worth it. It literally wouldn't be worth it.
And so, yeah. Now look, no matter what I say here, and I get this, no matter what I say here, no matter that I logically explain, look, I had nothing to gain from putting up leaked posters. are leaked images. All I have, like real leaked images. I have nothing to gain. I have like 4 million views a month on my videos. I already have a strong Twitter following. All that's going to happen to me if I knowingly post real real spoiler images from the movie, all that's going to happen to me is I'm going to damage my relationship with the studios, and I'm going to inadvertently hurt the feelings of people who really want to go into a movie like this as clean as possible. I have no upside. There's no upside for me.
It's true.
So, but it doesn't matter. There are going to be some people who think I intentionally posted, even though, again, 90% of websites and bloggers out there would have fallen over backwards to try to post these. But there are going to be people out there who just will not believe that I didn't intentionally post a real behind the scenes spoiler picture. And there's nothing I can say to change anybody's minds. And quite frankly, I don't care.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't give a shit either, because it's just like, hey, I'm just going to say my piece and you take it from there. You know what I'm saying? You believe me? Great. If you don't, great. Okay. Also,
I do care if it turns out I spoiled something for some people. I'm going to feel terrible about that. Going to feel terrible. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't my objective. But if it turns out that regardless of it was just a mistake, if I ended up spoiling something for some people, and again, I have a feeling if those pictures are real, I got a feeling it's going to be stuff that's shown in the next trailer anyway, but we'll see.
That's kind of where I'm at too, because it's like, okay, now we're at the point. Well, you know, let me let him finish, and then I'll give my point.
I'm going to feel bad about that. And I was talking to a studio rep today, saying, look, and they would not confirm. By the way, I was talking to a studio rep, and they would not confirm that the pictures are real.
Of course not, for one. And for two, the confirmation is in the phone call even happening, period, regarding the images coming out. Because if it was a big fat nothing, like a lot of the other shit that's on the internet, you have like all these fake fucking trailers floating around on YouTube and stuff, and like, confirm Tobey Maguire and, you know, and Andrew Garfield, they're all in this movie. Look at Willem Dafoe. Illuminati confirmed. Sony ain't reaching out to those fucking channels. You know, they're not. They're just not. So, I mean, hey, whatever. You can believe what you want, but I definitely do believe that this is essentially a confirmation.
Asked, but they wouldn't confirm that the pictures were real. So I still have to just go on an assumption. But I told them, I said, look, if those pictures are real, and I know you're not confirming they are, but if those pictures are real, I just want you to know I am going to feel really bad. But it was not my intention. And they're like, yeah, no, we know you would never do something like this. You would never do something like this intentionally. We know that, but it happened. So we got to figure this out. Who sent it to you? I'm not going to tell you who sent it to me. I can't.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's essentially, it's like they're confirming it without confirming it. It's like, come on.
Do that. I just can't do that. So yeah, that's the story behind how somebody who wasn't even looking, let me try this again. That's the story behind how somebody who wasn't even looking to get big Spider-Man No Way Home behind the scenes images, when there are thousands of other scoopers and leakers who are desperately trying to get their hands on those pictures, couldn't get them, but they ended up in my stupid hands.
But you know what? I also kind of feel like whoever it was that sent it to him, they also know that, because what makes it more valid, what brings more validity to these images, is the fact that it did come from John. Because John isn't like a leaker or a scooper, and, you know, he doesn't like break news and shit like that, you know, like he's just, you know, he's a movie news show, and he discusses things. And, you know, the whole nature of his show is that the topics on his show are literally chosen by his audience. They send him in questions, and he utilizes those questions as talking points in segments, you know, through each of his episodes, you know. So like, he's not, you know, fucking Collider, you know, that's always like looking for an exclusive and breaking news. He's not comicbook.com. He's not Variety. He's not the Hollywood Reporter, you know, like he gets all of his information from these trades. You know, so that's what I think actually gives it brings more weight to it, is the fact that, it's more believable because it is coming from someone like John Campea and not, you know, joeblow.com. You know what I'm saying?
Believed they were fake, posted them up, and then the world got set on fire. And the world got set on fire. You know, it's funny too. I was talking to Christian Harloff earlier today.
See, what the fuck did I say earlier? You know damn well Christian was reaching out to him like, yo, dude. First of all, congrats on, you know, the exclusive. And second of all, what are those other fucking pictures? I knew it. Christian Harloff's nosy ass. He has a show to run also. I love Christian Harloff. But Christian Harloff reminds me of myself. Like, I'm very much that nosy friend that, like, when my friend gets into shit, you better believe I'm calling up and I'm being like, yo, what's up? What happened? You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, he was asking me some stuff. And I said, you know what the funny thing here is? People like me are going to try really, really hard to do what they can to grow their channels and, you know, do whatever they can. And all the things they actually try to do often don't work. Like,
tell me about it. Again, I've been off and on YouTube for 13 years. I've created like multiple little, you know, YouTube shows that I thought were awesome that never fucking went anywhere. And with people that I really liked, you know, through the years that I had worked with that I'm no longer associated with now. So obviously it was like, it was never going to work. But here I am, still here, like the cockroach of the internet that I am, you know, trying to fucking build something. And if it doesn't go anywhere, that's fine, because at the end of the day, I'm having fun doing it. But that is a true statement, sir.
95 things out of the things I tried don't work. You know, you try and try and try. By trying a lot of things, you fail a lot of things. So try to do these things. And then I end up accidentally posting up something that turned out is maybe real. And I added 4,000 new Twitter followers overnight and a bunch of new subscribers to my channel overnight. And I'm like, for something I didn't even intend to do. The world is a strange place. Anyway, guys,
that's the truth.
That's the actual story about how those pictures got out there. And I haven't blown up the internet like that since I was the first guy to tell you that Ben Affleck wasn't going to be Batman anymore in the new Batman movie years and years and years ago. This is the first time, like Newsweek.
I remember that.
Even ran a story of it. Fucking Canadian nobody doing a YouTube show out of the spare room in his house. I'm in Newsweek now. But anyway, that's the story for that, guys. What are you thinking? Do you want me? I'll tell you what, guys. Wire me 2,000 Bitcoin. 2,000 Bitcoin, and I might send you one of these pictures. I'm obviously completely kidding. I'm not going to send these pictures.
Send me 7,000,
especially
Ethereum.
The ones that I have not shown yet. I'm just going to hold on to those and not show them. Anyway, that's the story of it. That's how somebody who wasn't even looking for these pictures ended up with real pictures when he even thought they weren't. So there's that. You take it as you will. You feel about it however you will. But I wanted to address it today. And there it is. And maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight about how this whole really weird world of this works with all this kind of stuff. But again, you wouldn't believe half the shit I get sent. You would not believe half the shit I get sent.
I believe it.
All right. Anyway, guys.
All right, y'all. All right. Okay. So he's obviously done. Now, I'm liking this episode, John. I got to finish watching it, but I'll save that for later. But, you know, for the sake of finishing this video. Again, I've already, you know, spoke about it ad nauseum. I believe that he's coming from a very genuine place. I do not think that this is something that he did maliciously, because it would make no sense for him to do so. Okay. And that's just pretty much all there is to it at this point. There's just nothing else to be said. The only thing that can be said at this point is can't wait. Can't wait for, you know, next trailer. Can't wait for a new poster, even though we just got one. Can't wait for the movie to come out next month. I mean, that's just it. At the end of the day, I can't fucking wait. So what did you guys think of John Campea's conspiracies scandal? John Campea's Marvel, Sony, Spider-Man leak conspiracy. What did you guys think about it? If you liked my reaction to this madness, go ahead and give me a like on this video. And if you would like to follow along with all this insanity over here that we do on this channel, on the Zach Like Jack channel, you go ahead and subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so you can see all of this madness in the moment as it comes to you on your little screen right there. And with that, this has been another video. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm gonna run out of here, and remember, Chubby Nerds Unite! Have yourself a great rest of your evening and rest of your week. Later.
Oh no! He needs some milk!